Winnipeg Swahili TV kutoka Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Kazi yetu ni moja tu, kukuhabarisha na kukupa habari zote kutoka kona zote 4 za dunia. Ziwe habari za kimichezo ama za kisiasa na habari zote za kijamii, sisi kazi yetu ni kuzifikisha kwako. Pia mijadala mbalimbali na mahojiano mbalimbali ya kijamii, yote yanapatikana hapa, bila kusahau neno la Mungu na mengine mengi yanapatikana hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Hii ndiyo chaneli bora na chaneli pendwa na chaguo la watu wote wanaopenda habari za kijamii na habari zote kutoka kona zote 4 za dunia. Winnipeg Swahili TV, kwa pamoja, karibu tukupashe. Karibu Winnipeg Swahili TV, na pia unaruhusiwa kucomment chochote baada ya kufuatilia mazungumzo yetu ama mijadala na habari mbalimbali kutoka hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Pata elimu, ongeza maarifa na ubunifu mbalimbali kutoka hapa.
Bonjour ou bonsoir. Bonjour ou bonsoir mesdames et demoiselles et messieurs. Chers compatriotes, amis internautes et fidèles téléspectateurs, vous qui êtes branchés, scotchés et connectés sur la voix de Winnipeg et bien évidemment sur Winnipeg Swahili TV. Nous voici ce soir de retour sur la scène médiatique afin de bien vouloir partager avec vous après un bon moment d'absence, car nous étions un peu absents, mais il y a BALEKE qui a toujours assuré la relève et qui était en train d'animer notre page avec des émissions de grande envergure que vous étiez en train de suivre et partager partout dans le monde. Pour ce soir, mesdames, mesdemoiselles et messieurs, nous avons un réel plaisir, comme on l'a annoncé la semaine dernière, que nous allons recevoir sur ce plateau un cadre politique, un membre du parti des PC Paris, ici au Manitoba, qui va nous parler concernant les élections qui auront bel et bien lieu le 3 octobre 2023, les élections provinciales, bien évidemment, ici au Manitoba. Alors, ce soir, je vais partager ce plateau avec mon confrère BALEKE, avec qui nous allons nous entretenir avec notre invité qui est déjà sur ce plateau. BALEKE, sans plus tarder, bonjour, bonsoir BALEKE, karibu kwenye Winnipeg Swahili TV na kwenye Voice of Winnipeg, ambapo tunaenda kumpokea mgeni wetu ambaye amepewa fursa ya kuwa nasi jioni ya leo kutuzungumzia kuhusu mambo fulani fulani ya kisiasa na ya uchaguzi ambao utakuwa hapa mjini Winnipeg. Bwana BALEKE, asante. Karibu. Ok, voilà, comme vous le savez, nous sommes toujours en train de parler de la politique ce soir. On lui dit souvent que si vous ne voulez pas vous occuper de la politique s'occupera de vous. Nous avons un invité de marque ce soir, l'honorable ou monsieur Okello Josh, avec qui nous allons parler concernant les élections ici, les élections provinciales ici au Manitoba. Bwana BALEKE, jambo na karibu sana kwenye.
Karibu sana, nashukuru sana brother Emmanuel.
Ndiyo.
Na tunashukuru sana kumpokea mheshimiwa. Mimi nimeshatabiri ni mheshimiwa tayari. So na tunafurahi sana wapendwa watazamaji wa Winnipeg Swahili TV, kama kawaida tuko live na tunaendelea kabisa kuwakaribisha ili kuweza kuzungumza na mheshimiwa ambaye anakwenda kupigania. Unajua sometimes watu wanasema watu weusi hawezi fanya, no, na sisi tuko ndani na tunaendelea kufanya kazi mzuri. So kwa hivyo endelea kujiunga, share video yetu, tuko YouTube live na tuko pia Facebook live. So kwa hivyo enda kufuata, sikia kile ambacho tunakwenda kuzungumzia na tusikie mawazo ya ndugu ambaye anaenda kujiunga pamoja nasi. Basi acha nirudishe kabumbu kwenye Emmanuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're having a special show. We're going to have multi-language show, so the multicultural channel. So without taking much time, ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the introduction in French, we have an honor and privilege today to receive a PC Party candidate for Elmwood Constituency, with whom we're going to discuss and talk about how big is the Elmwood Constituency, why did he decide to stand and run for MLA in Elmwood, what is vision, and so many other things. So stay tuned. We're going to have sufficient time. He's going to answer to all your questions. And if you have a question out there watching us, please mark down your question, write down in the comment section below. We're going to come back to it. And then our guest will be able to answer your question according to his capacity. Without taking much time, I will ask our technician to open the table. So we're going to welcome Brother Josh Okello to this platform. And I'll say, Brother Josh Okello, good evening and welcome to our platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this time that you've given me. I'm very impressed and encouraged by what Winnipeg Swahili TV is doing. This is something that I would like to see most of the young people coming up, try and be creative and go out there and make the world a better place for all. Yes, kwa majina naitwa Joshua Okello.
Unaongea pia Swahili?
Naongea Swahili bana. Wajua katika lugha ya Swahili twasema mwacha mila ni mtumwa. Siwezi nikayaacha mila yangu na desturi ambayo yanilea hadi nikawa Joshua Okello ambayo watu wanajua kwa sasa. So lugha ya Swahili bana lazima kitukuzwe.
Asanteni.
Kiswahili kiende mbele.
Kiende mbele. Kisonge.
Kisonge kabisa.
Right now, sitting here on this platform, you are addressing the African community at the moment.
Yes.
We have a lot of our members out there who will be watching this interview.
Yes.
It is time for you to tell us much about yourself, about who you are, where you're coming from. So, without taking much time, Brother Okello,
Yes.
When people hear Okello, Josh Okello, what should come in mind? Like, who is Josh Okello? Tell us a little bit about your biography. Where are you coming from? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Thank you. So, Josh Okello, I can describe him as a wonder kid. I was born and raised in Kenya, East Africa, in a rural village in Kisumu.
Okay.
That is where I grew up. Lost my dad in 1997, and then lost my mom in 2001. Now, the reason why I'm saying these dates is because those were my most formative period. I had to define who Josh Okello is without having a father figure in my life. I had to define who Josh Okello is without having a mother figure in my life. So everything that happened during that period of time is exactly what made Josh Okello who he is today. By God's grace, I found an opportunity after finishing high school in Kenya to come to Canada. It was a long process. It was supposed to be very short, but it took me about 4 years just trying to work on my papers to make it here.
Do you remember the year when that happened, when you moved to Canada?
Yes, I came in Canada in 2009.
2009, okay.
Lived in Toronto for 7 years, where I went to school there, and then moved to Winnipeg in 2016. So I've been here for almost 8 years now. Total of about 15 years that I've spent here in Canada. But yeah, the reason why I'm talking about those 15 years is because of the challenges that I met once I got here as an immigrant. I came here on a student visa, and by then students were not allowed to work legally in Canada. So life became challenging. Maisha yalikuwa magumu sana.
Wow.
Hadi nikafukuzwa kwenye nyumba ambayo nilikuwa naishi. And you know what that means is that the street is where
you became homeless.
I became homeless.
Really?
Yes, in Canada, in Toronto. I remember that very well.
Wow.
So I came to meet a pastor who invited me and told me that, look, Josh, we've seen you around. You've been attending our church for quite some time, and we don't want to see you on the streets. So we want you to live in the church. And ladies from the church will be bringing you food, leaving them in the fridge. All we want you to do is to go to school, study hard, work hard, and in the evening come back and spend your night in church and then go back to school, you know, the following day.
That was in Canada, here in Toronto?
In Toronto.
Wow.
I didn't know anybody. You know, when I arrived here, I came as Josh Okello. I had no connections of the African community. That's why I'm so encouraged by a project like this, a program that you guys are running that is connecting the African community and other immigrant communities. This is very encouraging. I'm very, very impressed by the work that you guys are doing.
How did you come out of homelessness? Like that kind of, it's a kind of shocking story. So come from the church, like after being homeless, how did you come out of that situation?
You know, I always believed that God has better plans, good plans to those who truly believe and work hard towards attaining their dreams. And this is also another reason why I chose to run. I'm running because I want to give back. I want to give back to the community.
Okay, let's go slowly. Let's come
Yes.
back. Let's go.
Okay.
How did you come out of homelessness? Because that's a shocking situation.
It
I
is.
want to understand how did you overcome homelessness?
Yes.
Coming from the church and
Yes.
becoming independent again. How did that happen? Just briefly,
Yeah.
please.
So after I graduated from university, I studied business and philosophy.
Yeah.
So after high school, after finishing my university studies, I got a job, and processed all my papers, got a permanent residency, got a job, and met a beautiful wife. I'm a family man.
That's what I was going to ask. Married or single? Because you look young, man.
No, I'm married with two daughters, 5-year-old and a 2.5 years old, almost 3 years old.
That's good.
And through hard work and the job that I got in Manitoba here is how that is how I got myself out of that homelessness into who I am today. At the moment, I'm a teacher at one of the institutions, higher academic institutions in Winnipeg.
The province, yeah.
Yes, and I also run my own business as a civil designer.
Wow, you're a businessman.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Interesting. Wow, that's a very, very, very good, interesting story. From homelessness to running out for MLA. Wow, can you imagine? Everything is possible. Who would have believed that someone could come out from that kind of stage all the way to this kind of situation where someone is standing and running for Elmwood constituency to become an MLA? That's really, really, really encouraging.
Yes.
Brother Baleke, do you have something to add on that question or something like that? Because me, I want to dive in right from now.
Yes.
I want to dive into the message because me, I don't really, I don't hold my tongue in my pocket. I speak. So,
Yeah.
Brother Josh, so briefly, today we know that you are running to become an MLA for Elmwood constituency.
That's right.
But briefly, because you are addressing the African community, as I said in the introduction of this show.
Yes.
So before we even go further, who is an MLA and what's their role? What do they do for the community? Will you
Yes.
please give us a little bit of explanation about who's an MLA and
Yeah.
what do they do? And when should someone come see an MLA, in what kind of situation or circumstances, please?
Thank you. Thank
Tell
you
us
very
about
much
that. Yeah.
for that question.
Yeah.
So an MLA is the voice of the people, the voice of the constituency. They speak on behalf of the people at the Legislative Assembly. So in Canada, how the leadership is structured is that we have the city, which is a government of its own, or a municipality, which is also a government of its own. Then we have provincial government, and that is where MLAs fall.
Okay.
And then we have federal government,
Good.
which is more of a national, they deal with more national affairs and international affairs. So things like immigration at a higher level would be handled by both government, but it heavily relies on the federal when it comes to policies and lawmaking. MLAs also do take part in proposing bills.
Okay.
For example, if there is a bill that needs to be passed about education or about immigration or about small-scale businesses, home-based businesses. So those ones will need to go through the provincial government.
You guys propose them? Or
We
pass
do,
them?
yeah, we do propose and pass
And
them.
pass, okay.
Yes, and when we're talking about housing, when you're talking about water, those ones can fall under provincial government and also a bit as a shared responsibility with the federal government.
Wow.
So yeah, all those three levels of government need to work together. And an MLA would be the one that kind of connects all those three levels and speak on behalf of the people within a constituency. For example, my constituency will be Elmwood once I'm elected.
You are selected, yeah.
I will be speaking on behalf of the Elmwood people
residents,
when
yeah.
it comes to issues on education, issues on housing, infrastructure, which is commonly shared between the city and the provincial government. Yeah, so those are some of the roles of an MLA.
So if you're elected as an MLA, so
Yes.
under what circumstance should a member of the community like me come
Yeah.
to see an MLA? Like under what conditions, under what circumstance? Because I don't think if me and my wife don't get along, I'll wake up in the morning tomorrow and come see you in the office. I'm like, brother Okello, you know what? Me and my wife didn't get along last night. Is that some of the things you can help me with? Or when should the member of the community come see you?
Yeah.
Under what circumstance or condition or situation
Yeah.
should someone come see an MLA? Because many people don't even know where the MLAs are. They don't even know where the office is. So what kind of situation should come and see you or seek assistance from your office?
First of all, I hope you don't wake up tomorrow and make that phone call to me once I'm elected. I want you to live peacefully. And that is also what PC government is about peace. We want to be peaceful with our families, because, you know, family is the basic unit of a society. That is where, yes. That's right. Yeah, so I hope I won't be getting a lot of those phone calls. Yeah. But say there was a crisis on housing, where we see an increasing level of homelessness within a community. And you know, with homelessness come things like substance abuse, drug addiction, crime. Those things can be addressed to an MLA, who can then speak on behalf of the people at the Legislative Assembly and come up with a solution, either by passing a bill that is going to change what is happening within a community or within the entire province as a whole. For example, say if there was a challenge on immigration, it is the role of an MLA to go out there and speak on behalf of the people, especially those that are being affected by whatever policy or the challenge that or an issue that the community is going through, and figure out, do research, and come up with a plan on how to address those specific issues in a way that will make everybody happy. It's always hard to strike that kind of balance, but that is those are some of the tasks that are given to an MLA.
Speaking about immigration, because that's one of the biggest challenge African community, our members are facing in the community. Yeah. We have many sisters and brothers going back home to get to marry, trying to sponsor the wives or husband to come over here. Yeah. I may have my brother Baleke here. He's struggling, working days and nights. Have some family members back there, back home. Yes. Every month he has to send some money to support them and do stuff like that. And he's giving them fish. Yet he's trying to help them. Instead of giving them fish, bring them out here so he can teach them how to fish. So let's say I have someone I'm trying to sponsor from back home to bring to Canada. Is that something you can help me with if I am having some difficulties at certain level in that process? Can you help in that kind of situation? Yeah, I mean, if elected as an MLA, in your office,
there are help out there on such programs, sponsorship programs, and there are also help on people who want to come as professionals. And all these can be handled by at the provincial level government through appointments and sponsorships and things like that. So I know personally, I'm a product of immigration. The reason why I'm in Canada is because I chose to immigrate and become part of this society. And I also have to say that it is not an easy process. For those of you who have made it to Canada successfully, you can testify that it is not an easy process. Paperwork after paperwork. That's correct. Very challenging. And I think that is also why so many people get discouraged from pursuing their dreams outside their countries of origin. Is because of that difficulty. Now, after I'm elected, I'm not going to say that it is going to be easy. But
you can help at certain level, actually.
Definitely. There's help that is always available out there. You talked about economic status of our people. Once we move here, we get jobs, but the income that we are having does not balance the expenditure.
It's insufficient to cover, like so.
And on top of that, it is our culture and tradition and practice that we take care of people who are less fortunate than us. So when I get my salary at the end of the month, I have to send my mom something back home. I have to send my brother something back home. I have to send my sister or my cousin, my grandma, who is still struggling out there. And, after paying rent, your insurance,
all that comes with it.
Yes, you're left with nothing.
At the end of the month, you're most likely having nothing left with you for yourself.
Exactly.
That's why we're trying to struggle, like try to bring some of our family members here, so we don't have like, you know, to keep sending money all the time. And that's one of the biggest challenge most members of my community are going through. Sasa kwa Kiswahili kama utaweza kutusaidia kusponsor, kuleta wandugu zetu, kutuongoza, kutupatia mashauri fulani, nasema unataka kuleta mke wako ama mume wako ambao umefanya harusi huko Afrika, ama ndugu yako ama dada yako, kama utaweza kusaidia wandugu zetu wa Afrika, kama utaweza kutusaidia kwa kitu kama hiyo, ebu hapo kabisa mimi najua watasimama wengi sana kukuchagua kama utaweza kuongoza katika mambo kama. Kwani ndio challenge yetu sisi Afrika. Nimekuambia tunapitia hiyo challenge sana kabisa, tunapitia shida hiyo. Hiyo ndio shida yetu tuko nayo hapa.
Yes, ni jambo ambalo linaweza tatuliwa katika ofisi after you know, mtu kuchaguliwa kama MLA. Na si rahisi sana kuleta watu wetu hapa. Yes. Bado itakuwa lazima wawe watu wenye bidii, watu wenye people who don't lose hope. Yes. Exactly.
Wawe wavumilivu.
Yes. Wawe wavumilivu, wenye bidii, na watu wenye pia maombi pia wajua yafungua milango.
Bwana Joshua, mimi swali langu ni hivi. Mimi nataka kuja kwenye ofisi yako na kwambia Bwana Joshua, mimi nimefanya harusi mke wangu kwa mfano kwa Afrika. Sasa nimejaribu kuita watu wa immigration, mambo iko nguvu. Sasa unaweza nisaidia kunipigia simu huko kuuliza kwa mfano kesi yangu inasimama namna gani? Hiyo ni jambo unaweza kusaidia nasi, unaweza kusaidia watu wa Elmwood, ama naweza kuja kwenye ofisi yako nasema Bwana Joshua, basi mimi mambo yangu wananiomba kama letter, barua fulani niandikiwe ya recommendation letter. Hiyo kama wewe ukichaguliwa kuwa MLA wa Elmwood, mimi naishi Elmwood, utaweza kutusaidia kwa mambo kama hayo. Mimi siseme wewe utatuletea watu wetu, lakini kutusaidia, kutuongoza jinsi tunaweza kufanya ili tuweze kusaidia ndugu zetu kuweza kuja hapa Canada.
Kwa kweli kuna jinsi ambavyo MLA anaweza kusaidia. Moja wao ni kupeana maarifa ama ideas. Vile
process inatumika, jinsi mambo ina process iko ndio.
Exactly. Wajua ni ngumu sana kufanya kazi ama kufanya kitu ambayo hujaifanya maishani.
Ndio.
Mie nikipata kazi kama mpishi na sijaipika, wajua chakula hakitakuwa kitamu.
Utaweka chumvi mingi bwana, matunguu mengi, unaweka nyanya mingi ndani.
Nitaweka sukari kwenye mboga
mali ya chumvi.
Yes, baada ya chumvi. So it can be a challenge to people who have not gone through this process. And to us who have been blessed and lucky enough to have gone through it successfully, even that idea, the exchange of ideas and information and advising will already take us way far. And I think I can successfully do that given that opportunity. Sometimes all we need is sharing wisdom. Wajua maarifa ni kitu ambayo tunaweza tukayagawanya without end. Not that if I give you some ideas or knowledge that I'm now going to be broke of ideas. Ideas will keep on coming, and that is the point. So once elected, of course there will always be ways of helping, and more so on ideas on how, because different cultures, different countries also have different policies and laws that govern immigration. So those are some of the things that we also need to be thinking about when talking about immigration.
Thank you so much, Brother Josh Okello. We have been there. I don't want us to take much time on that. I know people can't see you personally in the office. I know with this, you have a lot of chances of becoming the MLA of Elmwood. So, Brother Okello, I know you are already a candidate for PC party in Elmwood Constituency. So first of all, before we even go to what motivated you to start, like, why did you choose the PC party? There are so many political parties here in Manitoba. What made you choose PC? What's so special about PC compared to other political parties?
Yeah, that's a good question. And you know, I first of all respect all parties within this country. and within any country, really, because it takes strong heart, bold people to come out in public and say that they want to run. The reason why I chose PC Party is because of how it aligns with some of my values. I told you at the beginning that mwachamila ni mtumwa. So, which in English should be someone who abandons their culture and tradition is more of a slave. And to me, PC aligns with how PC supports family. Is one of the areas that attracted me to it. It promotes the well-being of society, which starts at the family level. Good. And PC stands strong to defend the rights of the family. And, you know, this is based on the constitution of this country. We do have rights, and PC stands strong in defending those rights so that people can live in Manitoba happily. So that is number one.
Number one.
It's
Number
called
two.
Friendly Manitoba.
Yes, Friendly Manitoba.
Yeah. The name, we want to know, we want to see the friendship.
Yes.
Number
That
two,
friendship.
yes, yeah, that's interesting.
Yes. Number two, another reason why I chose Manitoba is because of its economic policies. Wajua kupata hela hapa ni ngumu sana. Earning a living in Manitoba is not easy, especially now that we're going through recession.
Wow.
And PC as a party has been known for its fiscal responsibilities. It thinks about what people are going through and how much they're earning and how they can help as a party, as a government,
Yeah.
to make life affordable within our province. That's why you see PC has been fighting on things like taxes, cutting taxes on PST taxes, on food, on restaurants. People were going...
I remember them sending some rebate check last year.
Yes, yeah, there was a rebate check.
There was a rebate check last year.
Yes.
And for families with low income, something like that.
Yes, yes.
Sound familiar, yeah.
Yes, so they want to support families. And that is what attracts me the most, because life is not easy. Life is not cheap. And people are struggling. There are people who have exhausted their credit cards. And it is the PC government that I only know of and a party that is talking boldly about these things and addressing the issues at hand so that people can save more than they spend. Yeah, so that is the goal, and also another thing that attracted me to PC.
Interesting. I know there's a lot of points. Okay, now talking about PC.
Way too much.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are the minimum requirements someone should meet before joining? What should someone do if they want to become a PC member joining your political party? What are the requirements to become a PC member?
Not a lot. It only and there's so many ways that one can become a party member. Number one is through registration, which I believe is about...
How much do they charge for that?
I think it's $25.
$25?
Yeah, so not
Just
a lot.
$25?
Just $25, and you're a PC party. And this one, you don't have to be a citizen. You can be a party member by just having a PR. Your permanent residency.
Permanent resident. Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. You don't have to be a citizen to become a party member.
Interesting.
Anybody can become a party member. And you can also start showing support, volunteering, because there's a lot. When you're dealing with the government, when you're dealing with a party at the level of PC, there's a lot of things that are going on that our people can help volunteer. Even civic education. Jinsi unavyoweza funza watu wajue maana ya kupiga kura, jinsi wanavyoweza hata
what we are doing right now.
That's what we are doing, yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's civic education, right?
Yes, this is civic education, exactly.
Yes.
Now, there are rewards to people who understand how a system works, especially when you're moving to a new country. It is very important that you understand how the dynamics, how things are done.
Integration.
Yes, yeah, it helps you
into
integrate. Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Wow,
I like
that's
that.
the word. That's the keyword. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So is there a monthly contribution for becoming a member? Mandatory contribution every month?
It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory?
It's not mandatory.
It's just voluntary?
Yeah, it's voluntary. If
and
you want to support the party...
I can claim it on my income tax at the end of the year too? Or...
and that's another thing.
That's another point?
That's another
Yeah,
thing.
so because it's part of money, no?
Let's say I gave 1,000 over the year, so I get a receipt and I can claim it, right?
Yes. So how political parties work in Canada, they're like charitable organizations. Any contribution that you give always comes back to you.
Okay.
And, you know, that also reminds me that this week, PC Party put out a proposal to the people that those who will be supporting non-profit organizations and charitable organizations will be getting their money back, a percentage of their money back. This has been done before, but they increased the percentage. And just to encourage people to share. Because, you know, friendly Manitoba, we are friends. And I can't be a friend if I'm seeing another friend struggling.
Yes.
And one of the ways of elevating poverty and eradicating that kind of suffering is through giving.
Through giving, yeah.
Yeah, so that is what PC Party is trying to promote and support our community with. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, watching us all over the world. Remember, we are with Josh Okello, a PC Party candidate for Elmwood Constituency. We are talking about the election coming up in October 3rd, which will be coming very soon, and is running for MLA for Elmwood Constituency.
That's
so
right.
if you're living in Elmwood area, anywhere around there, he's the guy to vote. Come on.
Yeah.
Give him all your votes, and then he will be there. He will be there to support us, and then he's the one with him. We are talking about understanding how political parties work. Because I know many people here, immigrants, we don't have kind of idea, knowledge about how these things works. You know, we're coming from different countries, like in Congo. MLA, we call them deputies. Yeah, that's how we call them in Congo. So for the if you're from Congo, those are deputies. Those people who speak on your behalf. Those your representatives, people who represent you at the government level. So those are deputies. So here tuko na deputy pembeni yetu. Paka unajua deputy njoo hapa kabisa. Waheshimiwa kesho tutazoita ba honorable.
Yes, thank you.
Tutazoita mheshimiwa. Honorable Joshua Okello, Tatosha Joshua Okello, Honorable Joshua Okello.
Yes.
So Joshua Okello, now let's now dive into the message, because we are going to really penetrate now deep into our message. You know, many people are connected.
Yeah.
So how did you become a candidate? Like, did you just decide to run for MLA, or were you appointed by your party? How does it work like? And what motivated you to do so, actually? Can you please tell us a little bit how that thing works?
Yeah, first of all, I'll start with what motivated me
Yes.
to run for this position.
For this position, yeah.
Number one, it's my history. I shared briefly about what I went through. I had to define who Josh Okello was. And I believe that nowhere else on the planet will my story ever be true. Be compared to anybody else. It is my story. It is the pain that I went through, and you know, everything that I went through in Toronto and in Africa. These things encouraged me to pursue these big dreams and to give back to the community. All I want to do is to make sure that where there are issues, where there are challenges within Elmwood and within the province, because at a point I will be speaking on behalf of everyone in the province. I want to make sure that we address these challenges and all the issues that our people are going through. So that is one of the reasons why I was motivated to pursue these things. Another reason is because of the challenges that I see that are happening that needs to be addressed urgently. If left unattended, will escalate.
Such as what?
One of them is now I'm just talking specifically about Elmwood.
Yes, Elmwood, yeah.
As a parent, I have two daughters who I'm very proud of, and I want the best for them, just like anybody else out there want the best for their families.
You're gonna be the next Obama.
Yeah.
Probably you're gonna be the next Obama.
Thank
Two
you.
daughters and fighting for Elmwood.
Yes.
Having a family and having children as a parent. So.
Having a family, young family, you know, and in our economy today, if both parents are not working, it is almost impossible to make ends meet. Now, here we are, a place where either both parents work or one parent stays at home and you don't have enough income. But for that to happen, we need to have better places where our children can go, you know, receive good services so that our parents can focus at work. But as of now, what we call daycare spaces, we don't have them. Yesterday, I was at a daycare, a French-speaking daycare in Elmwood, and they were telling me that there's a shortage of up to 200 children that are on the waiting list.
There's a long waiting list. That's exactly what I was going to talk about.
And that is just one institution, one daycare.
Wow.
And remember, the maximum they can hold legally in the province is 40.
That's challenging.
That is that single daycare. So here they have 40 a capacity of 40 children,
And there are
and
200
the
on the
waiting
waiting
list,
list.
yes, is 200. So it's virtually impossible to make that kind of dream become.
Parents are stuck at home. One parent has to stay home.
Yes.
And then
now-
the family has to fall under low income, and they'll have
Yes.
trouble making ends meet.
Exactly, and that's how poverty creeps in our society. Now, what I find interesting is that other candidates are not focusing on that. They're focusing more on bridges. I mean, bridges are important for transportation and moving of goods from one place to the other. But I think there are more pressing issues that needs to be addressed.
Which affects people directly, like on a
Exactly.
daily basis.
Yes, the cost of living. That is something that you can't abandon and focus on a bridge. The bridge is important. I'm not taking that point
not
out.
minimizing it, yeah.
Yes, it is important and we need them. But there are more pressing needs that need to be addressed. That is why I chose to run.
Okay.
So that our young families can live a better life. So that our senior citizens who are currently being burdened by carbon taxes and PSTs and GSTs and name it, like all sorts of taxes that are being proposed, especially by the opposition parties. These things can be changed. Our senior citizens are the ones who have fought tirelessly to make our economy what it is today, a thriving economy that is currently being ruined. And these are some of the things that needs to be talked about. But nobody else is, other than PC, government, and Josh Okello. Those are the only two that I know that, that talked about. that are talking about.
If I try to ask you,
Yes.
Okello,
Yeah.
according to what we always see here, because we've not been too much in those like political stuff.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to host you here on. You've made me to speak English today because this is Swahili TV. Yeah. So for that, shika ninaweza kuuliza Kiswahili kidogo. I speak English but nataka niongee kwa Kiswahili kidogo.
Sure.
Na ulisikia nilikuuliza kwamba umekuwa Obama wa Canada, watoto wawili nini.
Yeah.
So nitaka kujua
watoto wawili wasichana.
Nitaka kujua zaidi.
Yeah.
Najua kwamba kwako hapa itakuwa ni motivation, itatumotivate sisi wengine ambao tumekuja, kwa sababu kuna wale watu ambao tunapata kwamba wanaenda kupigania wanaenda kufanya siasa Kongo, Kenya, wapi. Na tuko hapa katika hizi nchi za wazungu. Unajua kufanya kwako, kusimama kwako inakuwa ni inatusaidia. Hasa zaidi tumeona wa Nigeria ndio wanakuwa wengi pale. Lakini sisi watu wa kutoka huko nyumbani, Kenya, Uganda, sijui Sudani na Kongo, hatuna watu kabisa Burundi. Lakini naona hapa utakuwa umetufaidisha zaidi. Na usiende peke yako. Acha tuseme vile, usiende peke yako, lakini jaribu kuangalia unaweza kusukuma wengine watanaona, lakini kuna vijana wanatembea na wewe na wanakusaidia. So swali langu lilikuja hivi. Je, kufatana na wewe unaona kweli itakuwa rahisi kutoboa katika hii hali tuko nayo, tuseme katika hizi nchi? Sababu kuna wale watu ambao wanataka kufanya hii kazi lakini wanakuwa na woga. Wanafikiria tukienda Afrika ndio tunaweza kufanya zaidi. Lakini hapa kwa sababu ni wazungu, tunaogopa kwa sababu ni wazungu. Wewe unaona kabisa jinsi unajisimama, unaona kabisa utapita pale vizuri kabisa?
Yes, of course this is going to be a victory. Win or lose. Win, draw or lose, is going to be a victory. And also another reason why I chose to run is to motivate the young generation that have potentials, but are either scared or are not willing to take this bold chance. You're putting a lot in line, but if I don't take all these risks, then how will our children know that they have potentials in this beautiful country? And remember, this is something, it is a right. It is our right to participate in the election process.
I have that question. Why should we vote? Like voting, why should people vote?
Yes.
So you're coming to that kind of,
Yes, I'll come to that.
You'll come to that. Okay, let's finish that one.
Yes. So it is our right to participate in this civic process. Supported by the Constitution that was amalgamated with Charter of Rights in 1982 in Canada. So this is something that is open to all who are legally in this country and hold citizenship. But you don't have to be a citizen to participate in, in the civic duties within Manitoba, within the country. Like I said, you can volunteer even with your permanent residency card. You also compared me to Obama, someone who I highly respect, and created his own legacy.
He started like that, so you can also be respected.
Yeah. But
so.
I'm also just creating a path of, and that's why I say that I defined who Josh Okello is, so that Josh Okello becomes a brand of its own. As much as I respect Obama and everything that he did, coming from absolutely nothing with a Kenyan family background, and making it in America to the top office there is in the world.
You also came from Kenya. And,
I also came. Actually,
you
Obama comes from my village.
You also came from Kenya. You also came from Kenya. And you also have
2 daughters.
and again, the other thing
went
is
from zero to a hero now today. Talking about becoming an MLA.
We are coming. Yeah, that's what because. If I can hear what you started telling us about you coming to Toronto, becoming, I don't know, a street boy, all those stuff, and coming to this point of becoming an MLA in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's a humbling experience for me also. Sometimes telling myself the story as I redefine who Josh Okello is, because every single day I have to wake up and say, now, who exactly is Josh Okello, other than being a dad, being a husband, being a father and a leader in the making? Who else is Josh Okello? So these are questions that I do ask myself, and I want to challenge and encourage our people that, especially in this country, if you are working hard and you're determined and you have a target that you want to hit, you can make it. I'm not saying it is going to be easy, but I just want to motivate and encourage everyone that is determined to, be something in life, that you should go for it. Age is not an excuse. Our economic, status is not an excuse. Places where we live is not an excuse. Anybody can make it.
Your origin, where you're coming from.
Yes, where you're coming from should not
because I'm from A, B, C, D.
Yes, your
that's
race.
Why I don't. Your race, yeah, that's
is
what I'm
not
trying
an
to
excuse.
Say.
Yes.
The sky be the limits.
Yes,
especially young people. Yeah, actually, you becoming an MLA will motivate more people. It's very good encouragement. That's why today we are standing supporting you, so you can make it to that level.
Yes.
That will make me believe that I can also do it.
Yes.
My kids, our kids can also.
Why not?
Our kids can go
Why
for it.
not? We can do it.
Brother, ladies and gentlemen, we're still with the, let me call him Honorable Joshua Okello, because he's getting ready to become Honorable right now very soon. We are talking about the elections coming up, the provincial election for MLAs coming up on October, the provincial election on October 3rd.
That's right.
San is one of the running members of, is running for PC party for Elmwood Constituency. So if you guys have questions out there for him, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and then close to the end of our show, we're going to ask Honorable Joshua Okello to pick up and answer a few questions from you from the comments section. Okay. Brother Joshua Okello, let's now penetrate, let's dive in again. Why should people vote? Because we are already, I know you're running, we're already campaigning at the moment. Why should people vote? Because back home, where people are coming from, back home in our countries, whenever there's an election, in most cases, people always know the winner before even the elections. you know what I'm talking about. So that has discouraged more people from my country, more especially from Congo, and from other countries around there. People already know the result of the election before even the election is done. So that discouraged many people. Like, why should we go vote? Because even if we vote, it won't change anything anyway. So people already know who is the winner. So people are kind of discouraged in those kind of situations. Like, why should people vote in Canada? Like here, why should people go vote? Why should people vote?
And to answer your question, this is also one of the reasons that I chose to run. I can sit on my couch, eat chips and drink pop, and complain of how things are going terrible, on how economy is bad, on how our children are not being treated fairly, on how my income is low, on how my business is not thriving. But if I don't take action, nothing will change.
It will change.
And, you know, so this is a bold step that I took. But it can only become a reality if we get the support of the people. And that support comes through voting. Now, when you vote, what you're saying is that I want my voice to be heard.
Stand, yeah.
I, as Joshua Okello, I want my voice to be heard through this vote that I'm going to give out. And I want to make sure that I hold my MLA responsible over all the good and bad that is going to happen under his leadership. That can only happen if you vote.
That's a lot of responsibility on your shoulder.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Wow.
And that is why I think it is something that should not be taken lightly. Anyone who chooses to vote is trying to get their voice out there. So that when they pick the phone and say, look, we voted for you, but you haven't fulfilled these promises.
And you promised this and ABCDs, and none of them has been done.
None of them has been done. Where were you for the last 4 years now that you're coming back asking us for votes, and you haven't finished the first things that we ask you to do? That can only become successful if people place their voice, if they put their voice through the vote and vote someone who they think is going to make those changes, the necessary changes that people need. Exactly. And for me and Elmwood, I believe that I can represent their voices collectively at the Legislative Assembly level and speak on their behalf and make things happen, because we're not just talking about Elmwood and provincial government. We want someone that can negotiate with all levels of government, because there are resources at different levels. So we want someone that can speak at the federal level, someone who can speak at the provincial level and at the city level as well.
Municipal level,
Yes, so you have to be kind of someone who can bring those three levels of government together to make things work. And that has not been happening in Elmwood for the last, I don't know how many years. Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, so, okay, Brother Okello, we talked about a lot. You told us that voting is our civic right, which we should manifest. And as a matter of fact, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. So don't complain if you don't vote. Before you come and complain, did you really vote before you come and complain? If you don't vote, please stay quiet, because you have no right to complain.
That's
voila.
right.
So,
but at the same time, just to correct you, because not everyone can vote.
Is eligible to vote.
Yes,
Yeah,
is eligible to vote.
That's correct.
So this is also to encourage those people who have their permanent residency and cannot vote, because only citizens can vote in this country. So I would like to encourage all of you to participate and try your level best in getting your citizenship so that your voice can be heard. Otherwise, we will keep on complaining at the background and nothing will happen. But if we have our citizenship, it's not a long process these days. It has been made so easy to apply.
Things will change
and there are also help out there. And like my brother here, I know he has gone through the process.
We have gone through it.
Yes, just contact the TV and they'll get a hold of me, and I'll be willing to, give ideas, share ideas on how to make this process work.
How to apply and how to become a Canadian citizen.
Exactly, and there are also, good perks that comes with it. There's some things such as voting that you can only take part in if you're a citizen. Like it's an honor.
Citizen, get your passport. You can travel anytime. Don't need those travel documents anymore.
Yes,
that kind of freedom, you can kind of enjoy that kind of freedom of life.
Yes.
When you hold your passports and
I have these feelings where people talks like when you become a citizen of the country of Canada mostly, that you lose a lot of benefits. I've got people who say no, when you become a citizen you don't get a lot of benefits. So can you try to maybe to tell us a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Because they say like they prefer to be permanent resident. That when you become citizen, there are some, I don't know what, you lose some stuff.
Such as what?
I really don't understand.
More than what you lose.
When I tried, like when I started also applying for my stuff, my citizenship, I had the same feelings. And I had the same rumors, people telling me, when you become citizen in Canada or wherever, you will not have a lot of benefit, like paying school, whatever. When you pay this, you a lot of stuff. So I don't know. This misconception is in people, but since I got my citizenship, I've never seen any changes anywhere. I'm still the same. I still get the same advantages. The only advantage, and mostly I had to travel because I have my passport. I can travel to US, go and come back freely, no problem. That's another advantage. So I can also apply to those stuff you're talking about. Being an MLA of Canada.
Yes, you know
that's very good, man. Encouraging, eh?
Yes, it is. You know, it necessarily doesn't have to be a positive thing, because we're also dealing with different jurisdictions here in different countries with different laws on citizenship. Some countries do accept dual citizenship, some don't. So and we're all patriotic here. We love our countries of origin just as much as we love the country that we're currently living in. So they could be right saying that if they become citizens in this country, then they lose their citizenship from back home. And if your country is not supporting dual citizenship, which is very unfortunate, and you feel like you are still attached to your country and you don't want to lose it. I don't want to make a decision for people here on what they want to do, but that could be one of the reasons why they could be saying that I don't want to lose this.
And that's what I'm saying. What do you think as now you're going to become an MLA? So I know Canada could accept that, right? Canada may accept for us to be Canadians and the other way to have, but what can you take? Because once we talk about Canada, or once we talk about where we are, we also have that idea of helping the other country, the other leaders too. Like those, like where I came from, my country, Congo, you can't have dual citizen.
That's right.
Because they don't accept. So you either Congolese or Canadians. So do you think that stuff is going to help? Because I know in Kenya, people have dual citizen, right?
That's right.
One can be Canadian, one can be Kenyan. And they can still fight for it. But for us, it's becoming a little bit hard. And that's what is making us maybe not to go into, because you're like, oh, I'm going to lose my citizenship. But people knows where I was born. They know where I was born. If I go to Kiliba is where I was born. So if I go to Kiliba, no one is going to say, hey, you don't belong here. No. That's where I belong.
What I will tell my people, remember, they always tell you that you're a Canadian and they remember your origin. Originally from Congo. So they won't forget that, you know.
That's right.
Vous êtes Canadien d'origine congolaise. That's how they say it. So you'll never lose your birth nationality no matter what. So for those who think so, people have a different point of view. I understand this democracy, whatever you think is best for you. But me, I would encourage people to take Canadian citizenship and make their lives easier to settle here so you can have the right to vote. Let's proceed with our voting process here. So, Brother Okello, we have maybe 2 more questions left for you before we could give you the closing remarks. So, Brother Okello, my question comes to you as this. So, why should people vote for you? In other words, what's your vision for Elmwood? What made you stand and say you're gonna fight for Elmwood? What are you gonna change? What did you see wrong in Elmwood that you're coming to fix?
And on top of that, you live in Elmwood, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
That's why, because my question was like, why did you only choose to go
run for Elmwood?
Instead of going to the other area?
You know, charity begins at home.
So actually, that's my question.
That's
what's your vision for Elmwood?
Yes.
What should people vote for you?
Yes.
What do you see is not going on right in Elmwood that you think it's time for you to come and address or fix?
And does he know Elmwood very well?
Let's go to those questions, please.
So,
because someone, a resident from in Elmwood, will be watching us right now. Why should they come vote for you? What's your vision for that for Elmwood? Please, and this is the most important time. I want to give you time to really go deeper in that question and then explain your vision, what you think you will change, and why should an Elmwood resident stand up, get up in the morning on October 3rd and vote for you?
Yes. So before I put my name on the ballot, I did my research.
Good.
The reason why I'm running is not because of the issues that I identified. It is because of the issues that the community identified. Yes. So we call it canvassing.
Okay.
So I started by doing door-to-door going on each and every door, knocking and asking people, what are some of the issues that you have or that you identify, that you see within our community that can be addressed at the Legislative Assembly level, at the provincial government level? And then they came up with ideas. One of them was crime that is currently increasing in Elmwood.
Elmwood area too, yeah?
Yes, and that is something that I believe I have a solution for.
Oh, really?
Another issue that came out about was childcare spaces that I just talked
You
about.
just make sure you brought that up already.
There's
Yeah?
a lot of children in the waiting list. And I look at this and like, no, with the PC government, I can implement all these changes. Then I look at the infrastructure. Myself, I'm in the infrastructure business. I do design roads, water lines, and sewer lines for municipalities. And the status of our roads in Elmwood are terrible, pathetic. They've never been developed for the last 30 years. Yet we've had an MLA representing us every single election with one issue that they always bring about. I talked about a bridge.
The bridge, yeah.
That bridge has been brought about for who knows when. Things need to change. The issues that people have identified, these are not my issues. These are the community issues.
So community issues,
Yes.
yeah.
The
Which have brought to your
cost-
attention, okay.
Exactly. The cost of living, education,
Cost of living, education. Okay.
healthcare. Our seniors are struggling. And, you know, these are the things that the community identified, and I'm just resonating their voice. And I want to speak on their behalf and make a true change in our community. That is the reason why I chose to run. And of course, I want the best for my beautiful daughters too. So
Family and the families around the,
and the
Elmwood
families,
areas as
exactly,
well.
yeah. So they are the ones who motivates me, encourages me, and I score it. You know, I have a formula where I look at what I can truly offer the community and what the challenges are. And if those two balance, if we can hit equilibrium with those two, then I put my name on the ballot. That is why I chose to run as a candidate under PC government to help serve our people of Elmwood.
Perfect, okay. Then why should someone wake up on the start that
Yes.
day and say, okay, today I'm going to go vote for Josh Okello? Is it just because I'm tired of the previous MLA, or there will be something specific you're trying to bring out to them which could make their lives better?
First of all, it is their right to exercise their civic duty.
Yeah, that's correct.
So on the 3rd, or if you're going to vote in advance polling, I want you to go out there, vote Josh Okello, because together, collectively, we can come up with a solution of making our community better. Number 2, another reason why you need to get up and vote is because you want your voice to be heard, not Josh Okello's voice. I'll just be, like an amplifier, amplifying people's voices out there and trying to make connections that can help pull resources from different levels of government back to our community where they can be of good use. So that is another reason why you need to get up on the 3rd and vote. The last one.
And what about me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just finish.
Yeah.
Just finish, because I have a question too.
Yes. Yes. And, you know, the idea of voting the lesser of two evils is a very common thing in politics. But remember, I'm not a politician. I've never been a politician in my life. I am a business leader, and I am a father.
Your father, yeah.
And I want to talk about things that I know I can offer my community. So the idea of gauging me against the current, the incumbent, or, you know, that should not be there. Because if that is the score, if that was the standard that we are going to measure our success with, then I can say that Elmwood, we are going to terribly fail as a community. But if you look at the values that each and every candidate is offering, and I've listed them here for you guys, if that is the measure, the yardstick that you're going to use to measure who you are going to vote for, then I would encourage you to vote Josh Okello. Yes. So it is not about how bad the other candidate is and how kind of not good, but
No, when we talk about bank bad, like maybe the changes, maybe people have had maybe something for a long time, maybe people just vote for change or vote for. That's why I asked for your vision.
Yes.
What's your vision? What's your vision for the future Elmwood? Where do you see Elmwood in the next 4 years? Where if you elected as MLA?
yes, I want to see an Elmwood where there's no crime, where my daughters can walk in the evening from the park playing without worrying of where they're going to be, without worrying about how their safety. I want to see a community where my wife can freely walk, go to the shop, buy food, and come back at night without any worry of being attacked. I want to see an Elmwood where our infrastructure, our roads are the best. I want to see an Elmwood where homelessness is history.
That's it. Key points.
I want to see Elmwood where immigrants can settle freely without living in worry and fear of what is going to come next. I tell you one thing, this country can break anybody mentally. It doesn't matter how tough you are. Once you come here, life changes significantly. And as an immigrant, I went through all these things. This country broke me. But through determination, through prayers, we made it to where we are today. But I don't want to see people going through what I went through. I don't want to see any more international students living in a church when we have a community that is already here. We have Winnipeg Swahili TV that can be used to share information and ideas with the people. I don't want to see, a community where we have immigrants struggling to make ends meet because of lack of knowledge. They don't know about their rights. So these are some of the issues that needs to be dealt with. They need to be addressed. And solution can be formed if we collectively bring our thoughts together and share ideas with the people.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking about homelessness, we actually have a project coming up.
Yeah.
We are trying to open a shelter for black community, for the black people.
Okay.
Because some of them have been having issues when they go to those shelters on Main Street, some other places.
Yes.
Yeah, they found that they don't fit in, so we are trying to come up with a project addressing homelessness in the black community.
Oh.
We have that project coming up. I think it will be helpful on that project, giving us some ideas. As one of us, the people who have gone through that, you understand actually the significance of, you have been out homeless one day, so you understand how frustrating that thing is.
It is painful.
We are coming up with a project like trying to address homelessness in the African community.
Wonderful.
We have people suffering from that due to poverty and a lot of stuff, and addiction and so many other stuff.
Yes.
So we have a project coming up. We have a not-for-profit organization, which will be addressing homelessness in the African community.
Wow.
And I think you'll be one of the people who will help us carry out that project and open up the first black shelter in Winnipeg.
Wow.
We are coming up with that project. So don't steal our ideas out there. That's just
think
that was
it's
just
gonna
a
work?
market. That's
a very good
because
idea.
That's a brilliant idea to steal.
Do not steal our idea. I just brought it up because we already registered anyways. The registration has gone on already, so everything, if you bring it out, the registration is working already.
Yes, I want to correct you.
Yes.
I want to correct you.
Yeah.
I think everybody should steal that idea because
Really?
we want to get people out of the streets.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want to get people out of the streets.
Yes.
We want to see, nobody is designed to live on the streets.
Yes, not really.
It is a tough life, especially in the winter. Like temperatures hit minus 40.
How cold it is, yeah?
Yes, it is a sad thing.
And homelessness is at different levels. For you, at least, some people are sleeping right on the street.
Yes.
Some people are homeless, sleeping in a church like
I
house.
saw
You have
someone when I
nowhere.
was coming at work the other day, it was like drizzling in the morning.
Yeah.
And someone is just covering herself just at the corner, at the wall of the building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the whole night, if as people were inside were complaining of cold,
Yes.
what about this person here?
Yeah,
And,
we are trying to get
really, and that's what I'm coming to realize, that we really need to work hard and see how we can help people.
Yeah,
because you talked
and
about the
cultural
roads.
housing. Yeah, the house which
We just bought houses in Elmwood areas.
Yes.
And we are like, people, they always do. We have Monroe.
Yes.
But when you drive, you're bumping.
Yes.
You have streets here, which sometimes we need to have good streets.
Exactly.
It makes like the community to look an old community when there's no old community. It only need like improving, whatever, all those stuff.
Yeah.
See, so for me, I can say like let me say it's like you came to the right time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
you came to the right
you
time.
know, when I talked about the needs and the wants, something like a bridge, I think, is more of a want.
It's a want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though the one we are having is not sufficient, but it is doing its job. Homelessness, poverty, crime, these are things that we can't be comfortable with.
That's right,
Especially crime,
Yes.
where you can lose life anytime.
Anytime. We
Yeah.
can't be comfortable
When
with
there's
crime.
crime, we don't want to see people sleeping out, so it's minor. Sorry. People
Exactly.
die.
That is very
We
bad.
need
man.
to have our shelter.
I remember one day my
housing.
wife was coming from work.
Yes.
And it was too cold. And she finds someone already freezing by Lajmode.
Yeah.
Sleeping there, and everybody's passing.
Yeah.
And she had to stop. You know, sometimes people think like, who are you? When are you stopping? You don't know who is this.
Yeah.
But she saved the person. And that was very good. You know, she had to call the paramedic, all those people to come and
Yes.
when people were passing there, see? And that was, he wasn't black person. He was just a white getting helped, you know? So this is what is happening. That's why I say you came to the right time, because you have seen it. This is the need that
Yes.
people, as you said, you went through, you did access, you assessed, and people find like, okay, go ahead.
Yes.
And we are very happy to have you. I think it's going to spread everywhere. And Emmanuel will be the next, maybe.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be working on that. Actually, we're going to address homelessness and build some cultural housing.
Yes.
Where we can accommodate our fellow Africans who are struggling with homelessness.
Yep.
Now, they're on the street. Some of them are homeless, living in an apartment. You can see in a one-bedroom apartment, 4 or 5 people living in one-bedroom
people, yeah.
apartment. They even hide in there. That's homelessness already. People are, they have nowhere to go. You find in one-bedroom apartment, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 people,
Yes.
which is designed, like there are laws which regulate that only this certain number of people. So people are going through that due to poverty, others addiction, and so many other things. And we have a big project coming up. How we're going to address that, build a cultural housing where people can come and then have to help them together, get them out of the streets, connect them to social services,
Yes.
which will assist them, and then will be one of the people who come and see MLA. Yeah, we have so many people in our community
That's
are
very
going through
good.
this. How are you going to help us in that kind of situation? Also, so, maybe a small little question. Let's say today, elected MLA of Elmwood.
Yes.
So there's too much snow in the streets and nobody have done it for 2 days. Should we call you in that kind of situation, or should we call the city? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
You call the MLA or
Yeah,
you
we
call
call
the city of
MLA,
Winnipeg?
come on, it's this, for the 8 hours since the snow has been sitting on the street has not been done.
Yeah.
The sidewalks are not done. Is that something you guys can
So
help with, or we have to call the city for that situation?
yeah, you know, there are different levels of government and different responsibilities.
Yeah.
That one kind of lies to
The city.
To the city. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're the ones who'd be
But yeah, if the city is
responsible
slow,
But,
we call our MLA.
you guys don't
What's going
have,
on?
you guys don't have like you have like to recommend. You don't recommend, or you are only limited on that area.
I mean, the city, for the most part, know what they're doing. They have elected officials for a reason, who are also members of our communities. So I would suggest reaching out to them first, because that is directly involved with what they're doing. And that's another thing. We, as a leader within our community, it is good to understand your roles, so that you don't abandon you know, your duties that you're tasked with as the leader within a community, or take somebody else's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be taking my councilor's job.
stepping someone else's shoes,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll be stepping on someone else's shoes, and
Yeah.
I want to work harmoniously with everybody.
Okay,
So
sounds good. Okay, we are almost approaching the end of our program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching us all over the place, wherever you are. Now, at this specific moment, I will go straight forward. I'll give a word to Honorable Joshua Okello to address all the residents of Elmwood who will be voting for him on October 3rd. Joshua Okello, here is the residents of Elmwood. Address them a specific message. They are watching you right now at the Voice of Winnipeg, as well as us at Winnipeg SWAHILI TV. Your audience are there. Your voters are there. Please address them a specific message for your campaign.
Good. Thank you very much for giving him the honorable. Yeah, that's our honorable. So I remember one day you'll come back and tell us. You'll come back and tell us, finally, people of Elmwood, you've done it.
Yes.
So we are so confident that he will come back here and say, you have done it.
Yes.
So
yes, Honorable Josh.
don't forget to come back, because you know Anne in the Bible.
Yes.
Anne, when she was praying to get a kid,
Yes.
Samuel.
yes,
Well, after getting the kid, she went back to Shiloh to go and say, thank you, Lord. So this is Winnipeg Swahili TV too.
Yes.
I wanted to ask that question. Emmanuel was very
Yes, so please,
what do you think about, what are you planning? What's your plan about about Winnipeg?
So today,
About Winnipeg Swahili TV, you know,
Yes.
we need, this is one of the need that we have, to have at least a platform that we can also share as we are sharing, okay?
Yes.
Sharing and talk, as we have a lot of stuff that we can do, and
Yes.
that's what we do. Our page, people follow our page. Hey, follow our page because we're starting bringing people now.
That's right.
So, and that's why we are saying we are very happy to see you here.
Yes.
Now, the last one that I'm going to finish is like, some people lives in Elmwood, but they don't know exactly where Elmwood is or
Yes.
where is it where I am? Is it, am I in your
boundaries.
constituency?
Yes.
So that I can go and vote you or not?
Oh, yes.
That's what
we're
I'm.
going to bring that up. That's
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah,
First,
thank you
Go
very
ahead.
much.
address a message to the Elmwood people and show
Yes.
them the map as well at the same time.
Yeah.
If you live in that area, in that constituency, please,
Yes.
on October 3rd, make the right choice. So,
Excellent.
Yes.
Let's start with the map first so
map.
that people can understand.
explain the area when you talk about Elmwood constituency.
Yes.
What does it mean? How does it look like? What are the boundaries of that constituency? Can we have a technician to pull it up? Okay, thank you.
Yes,
It's right
so
there.
thank you very much. So to the west, it borders the river, Red River, and it basically follows the middle of the river all the way going north. Then to the east, it goes all the way to Gateway.
Gateway?
Yeah, Gateway Road.
Okay, Gateway Road, okay.
And then to the north, it goes all the way to the golf course. Then it kind of meanders and then goes back to the river. So that, within that area, so if you're in Monroe, you're right in the middle. If you're on Kimberley, you're still right in the middle. If you go to McLeod, so the other side of McLeod is where it splits to a different riding. And then to the east side of Gateway, that is a different riding. We are only staying to the west, and then going all the way to the west up to the river. So that is
That's your riding?
That is my riding.
So all those people,
Yes.
Talbot,
So,
Tacoma, everywhere around
So
there.
you mean
Yes.
that like the yellow stuff is
Yes,
where you're gonna be
the
covering?
yellow stuff is where I'm covering, and I've done door knocking. I'm still doing
so
door
you-
knocking and talking with each and
drone or whatever. I can see Monroe West.
yes.
Any idea about the population over there? How many
It's
people?
about
Rosemere.
What's the
yeah,
population
it's
for-
about 16,000,
16,000 people.
17,000.
Wow,
Glen,
interesting.
Glen,
That's a lot of
Westwood.
responsibility.
It
West
is, yes, a
Elmwood,
lot of people.
Chalma,
Okay.
Elmwood,
Yes.
Yeah, Monroe. Okay.
Monroe.
Yes.
Okay, now,
Okay.
for people living in that constituency, in that area, highlighted in yellow, right?
Yes.
So, what message do you have for those people?
No.
Right now, address your community, address your voters, who people will be waking up on the side or voting before
Yes.
that day to come and vote for the MLA, which is Josh Okello. What specific message do you have to all the people living in that area or
You know,
neighborhood?
I've shared about my story.
Good.
I've shared about my roles as a husband and a father. I've also shared my history of where I came from. But what I haven't mentioned is that I'm a Christian and a follower of Christ. You talked about Anna in the Bible, right? One of the things, one of the stories that inspires me is that my name is also in the Bible. Joshua. Joshua was one of the faithful men who walked with Moses.
Took over after Moses.
Yes, and took over after Moses.
Save the Israelites.
Yes, and made it to the promised land, meaning that this election is going to be our gateway to the promised land. Elmwood, Joshua Okello is going to take you safely into the promised land. Now, there's a time when Moses, when God took Moses to the mountaintop, and God showed him the beautiful, how beautiful the promised land was, showing him the beautiful grandeur and the landscape and the trees and the rivers flowing in the promised land. And it was like, wow, I would like to make it there, but he never did. Now, same way after working with the PC government, especially during this going through nomination process and going, and now we are heading into election. I view myself as someone who has been to the mountaintop and I've seen the promised land where, which is an Elmwood, where there's no crime. I've seen the promised land. I've been to the mountaintops, and I've also seen the promised land where there's no poverty. I've seen a promised land where taxes are low and the income is high. And under PC government, I can also say that I've been to the mountaintops and I've seen a place where homelessness is no longer an issue. I've been to the mountaintop under PC leadership, and I've seen a place where people will be living harmoniously. Infrastructure will be perfect, but only if you have faith in myself and vote for me as a community. I would like to ask each and every one of you to go out there and make your voice heard, and make wise decisions on who you want to represent you at the Legislative Assembly level. I am ready to deliver on all the promises that I'm willing to, that I've talked about, and with the support of the PC and the promises that PC has given, I believe that we can make a difference. Thank you all, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Okello.
I have a question a little bit.
You want to finish up with one more question?
No, I wanted to ask, because this question comes.
Let that be the last one, because
that's the last one.
Because
you know, people talks about they talk about children money, that the PC people do not give children money. What can you clarify there a little bit?
Yeah,
because people say liberal, they are not only giving money to children. So if we put other people will not get money. So can you clarify there a little bit?
Yeah, so that just brings me back to different responsibilities of the government. What you're talking about is under federal government. So that one does not relate at all with the PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Brother Okello. It was our pleasure hosting you here at our platform at Voice of Winnipeg, as well as Winnipeg Swahili TV. Thank you so much for addressing the African community via our channels. We wish you all the best luck. And then is there any question you did not ask, which you wanted to bring out, anything you wanted to communicate, I think I gave you a word to address the community. We wish you all the best. We have worked together with different people at different levels. So we work together with Gillingham, who is the mayor today. Yes. We hosted him at the Voice of Winnipeg on our channel as well.
That's right.
He also brought up his vision and the same things we are doing today. Tomorrow will be the MLA, maybe tomorrow will be a mayor, next tomorrow will be the mayor, the mayor of the city. So wish you all the best, and thank you so much. And we call upon people out there, please go vote the right person in the right place and vote for change. Make sure, you know, Elmwood area people, residents of Elmwood, please don't forget that day to get up and access and practice your duty of voting, yours, because it's your right to go and vote the right person at the right place to make changes in that community. As today, on va aller conclure encore une fois encore en français, comme as we said in French, je vais encore faire la conclusion en français. But the last message I wanted you to summarize it again in Swahili so that it can penetrate the ears of those Swahili-speaking people. Please, that last message, just make it short. Bring it back again in Swahili so that our Swahili members of the community can also really receive the message directly in Swahili from Joshua Okello. Please, in Swahili now.
Wanakwetu, ningependa kuwahimiza kuwa itakapofika siku ya uchaguzi, twende sisi wote tukavote, tupige kura, kwa sababu hiyo kura ndio sauti yetu. Tunaweza leta mabadiliko kwa yale shida yote ambayo tunayapitia sana sana hapa kama wahamiaji wenye walihama nchi zao wakakuja hapa. Hiyo kura ndio sauti yetu, na tukikosa participate kwa hii uchaguzi, basi tutakuwa tunazidi tukilia kuwa tunanyanyazwa, na bila hii kura yako ambayo uko nayo. Ningependa sana kuwaomba muweze kuenda na mtangaze pia kwa wenzenyu kuwa ili ni siku la muhimu sana kwetu, sana sana kama Waafrika, ili twende tukapige kura na tulete mabadiliko ambayo tunayatarajia kutoka kwenye hii serikali. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki na Mungu abariki Elmwood.
Okay, to conclude now, how can people reach you, contact you, just in case they want to reach you, and how are the campaigns running? If someone maybe want to get a sign in their sidewalk or whatever in their front yard, how can people contact you, reach you out, and how are you carrying out your campaign apart from passing at the channel here today? What else are you doing to carry out the campaign, and how can people get in touch with you?
Yes, so you can call me on my number, which is 204-312-7902. I'm going to say it again slowly.
One more time, please, yeah? 204-312-7902.
Or you can also reach me through my website, which is www.votejoshokello.ca. It is Okello with double L, so www.votejoshokello.ca. I would like to hear your comment, your questions, your concerns.
How about your email? An email address as well?
Yes, you can also contact, my email is contact@votejoshokello.ca.
How about social media? Any social media platform?
Yes, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, and the handle is Josh for Elmwood. That is it, Josh Okello for Elmwood.
So that should be on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram as well.
Instagram, and those are the platforms that I'm mostly active on.
And for those who would like to get their signs, like you have those big signs?
Yes, we do have signs. We have people who have signed up on signs. For signs, you can just sign up online on our website, which is www.votejoshokello.ca, and I will deliver it personally to you and shake your hands and take photos as well. Exactly.
Photos as well if you want to.
Yes.
Interesting. So thank you so much, Elmwood people, Elmwood residents. You guys are lucky to have someone very simple like this. Is just really, you're such a simple man. Like, it's always good to have someone you can easily talk to, and then who will listen to the people of Elmwood, who will amplify their voices and bring them all the way to the legislative level, and then make sure changes are made in the community. For us today, I think we're going to wind up here. We're going to end up this show at this place. Merci de nous avoir suivis. Comme on a commencé en français, je vais bien vouloir conclure l'émission en français. Portez-vous bien. On se retrouve à la prochaine occasion pour un nouveau numéro. Je vous dis que nous sommes de retour. Préparez-vous car dans quelques jours, la frappe a commencé encore. S'il s'agit d'éduquer, on va éduquer. S'il s'agit d'informer, on va informer. Et s'il s'agit de redresser ou de corriger les erreurs qui sont dans la communauté, nous sommes bel et bien disponibles pour corriger ces erreurs. N'oubliez pas qu'il y a un concert qui vient dans cette ville. Le 15 octobre 2023, il y a un concert de notre frère Fiston Bouilly qui aura bel et bien lieu dans cette ville, dans la communauté. N'oubliez pas que les billets sont disponibles chez BALEKE. Vous pouvez prendre les billets à Winnipeg SWAHILI TV. Et pourquoi pas contacter Moses, Salon Moses à Vaughan Street. Il y a les tickets qui sont déjà disponibles là-bas pour vous procurer de l'espace et pour participer à ce grand concert de notre artiste Fiston Bouilly qui nous vient fraîchement de la République démocratique du Congo. Quant à moi, je vous dis au revoir, portez-vous bien et à la prochaine et bye bye.
Bye bye.
Merci beaucoup.
Tunashukuru sana wote ambao mmeendelea kutufuata pia bila kuchelewa. Tulikuwa pamoja na mheshimiwa, acha nimuite mheshimiwa kwa sababu tayari amekuwa mheshimiwa. So kwa hivyo tulikuwa pamoja naye na tunashukuru wote kabisa kwa kuweza kujiunga pamoja nasi. Kumbuka kwamba uko kwenye Winnipeg SWAHILI TV na bado tunaendelea kuwakaribisha wengine wote ambao wanataka kujiunga pamoja nasi. Kumbuka it's SWAHILI TV and Winnipeg, the voice of Winnipeg. So pamoja tunaungana. Najua baada ya huyu tutakuwa na wengine na tunaweza kufanya mengi zaidi. Na siku ingine studio itakuwa kubwa zaidi. Akipita tunakuwa ama vipi?
Hapo sawa, hapo sawa.
Haya, portez-vous bien. On se retrouve à la prochaine occasion. Bye. Ciao, ciao. See you next time. We're going to bring him back again before the election so he can highlight again some more points about how the campaign is going on out there.
Thank you.
Thank you and have a good one. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for your time. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Winnipeg SWAHILI TV kutoka Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Kazi yetu ni moja tu, kukuhabarisha na kukupa habari zote kutoka kona zote 4 za dunia. Ziwe habari za kimichezo ama za kisiasa na habari zote za kijamii. Sisi kazi yetu ni kuzifikisha kwako. Pia mijadala mbalimbali na mahojiano mbalimbali ya kijamii yote yanapatikana hapa. bila kusahau neno la Mungu na mengine mengi yanapatikana hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Hii ndiyo chaneli bora na chaneli pendwa na chaguo la watu wote wanaopenda habari za kijamii na habari zote kutoka kona zote 4 za dunia. Winnipeg Swahili TV, kwa pamoja, karibu tukupashe. Karibu Winnipeg Swahili TV, na pia unaruhusiwa kucomment chochote baada ya kufuatilia mazungumzo yetu ama mijadala na habari mbalimbali kutoka hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Pata elimu, ongeza maarifa na ubunifu mbalimbali kutoka hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Kuna mengi ya kukujuza kupitia hapa Winnipeg Swahili TV. Hakika Winnipeg Swahili TV ni chaguo la wote.